Good boy. I was out with a friend. I had a drink. I walked by a pet store.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
And they brought up Bunk, and they said, you know, how would you like a nice big bulldog? I pulled the trigger on him with maybe a couple drinks in me. And then 2 days later, I went on my first date with Carlye.
So Carlye was married, and then Carlye wasn't married, and it was time to get back out there.
She texted me or called and said, you know, I think you should go out with Frank Nussbaum.
I'm like, well, he's a Mark Ruffalo doppelganger. He's good looking. He's so funny.
And she said, just go out with him and have fun. You don't have to marry him, but you need some fun in your life.
When I was 31, I was in a serious relationship, and I realized that I was not ready to settle down. And that was true for 34 and 36, and I had to kind of get to a point in my life where the concept of marriage, of spending your life with just one person, you know, while it carries obviously a ton of benefits, I enjoyed my freedom. Yes, I do miss certain things, but we live a good life here, and I still get to live much of my old life as I used to, and it's been all pretty much addition.
I remember when Frank got Bunk, Meredith and I were talking, we're like, Frank has no idea what he's in for. And, you know, it did force, I think, Frank to settle down a little bit in terms of, you know, he couldn't stay out all night, or he couldn't go just off to, you know, a Hampton summer house on a whim. He had to make plans. That has certainly prepared him well for getting in a relationship with Carlye, who has Mia.
Can we go see the glass house, Frank?
Initially, no one thought, personally, I didn't think he'd be prepared for that, but he's been an amazing,
He's amazing with
future
her.
stepfather.
Just make him jealous, mate.
You know, Frank had dated a bunch of 20-year-olds before Carlye and was like, oh, this just isn't right. Like, I thought this was going to be fun. It's not as fun as it thought it was going to be. Not having as much in common. And then I think, you know, really meeting Carlye, like his light was on, he got a dog, he was ready for more responsibility. His friends around him were getting married and having families.
Mommy, that doggy sure likes water.
Yeah, he does.
And then he met this amazing girl and realized I would be foolish not to be with her.
I did not think Carlye and Frank would be a good match.
Disaster.
Since Frank has dated Carlye, I've seen a side of Carlye that, quite honestly, I didn't know existed.
Frank Nussbaum, the guy who was like single until he was 41 or maybe even 42, you know, after 10 months of dating, put a ring on it. You know, it really was amazing to watch their journey.
There you go.
But I love when we're just like in the car going somewhere, and how Mia's in her seat and Bunk's in the back of the Jeep, but he wants to be close to her, and I just think it's so cute. And to me, that's sort of how we became, you know, this odd motley crew that sort of works as a family that loves each other.
Last time we saw each other, we both were single or in relationships, and now we both have families.
Yes, yes. How did this happen? No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes we just get lucky.